It's because if we don't talk about it, it's going to happen more often, and it's going to happen regularly, which is going to help more people. So talking about it is going to make it better.
Because it's important to support people who are living in poverty, because they may need an extra a little bit of more support with the stuff that they're doing. So we should help them and talk about it.
It's a big issue because there's a lot of people in poverty, and the teachers don't really know people who's in poverty, because they could act different in school and then be different in the house. I mean, I think it's okay to talk about it because it's the reality, as in if you've got a low income, you should try and get help if you can't sustain for your family.
People who are in the circumstance where they're living in poverty, I think that's a bit harsh for them to hear. They don't want to really take on that, yeah, I do live in poverty. In that aspect, yeah, of course, addressing it as poverty is a social issue. I think if they were going to speak about it, they would be better off doing it in some sort of PSHE class, where they can tell the kids about it and they can interact with the kids and get their feedback.
I think that's right. I think that's good because honestly, I don't think anyone should feel left out.
Is the school doing anything to support the people in poverty that you know about?
I'm sure Mr. McDonald's doing something because he's always interested in a lot of things.
My name's Murdo MacDonald. I'm one of the deputies at Bellahouston Academy in Glasgow. A few years ago I was down in the dinner hall with one of our S1 boys, and I was asking him why he wasn't having his usual roll and square sausage that he has at break time. And then he explained to me that if he had a roll and sausage at break time, he wouldn't have enough money on his free school meal cards for Friday fish and chips, which was something he very much looked forward to. But all day, until the fish and chips, the boy had nothing to eat, and it got me thinking a little bit about his experience and my own lived experience. One of the first things we did in this school was take an audit of all the charges that we levy on families. So we looked at, for example, school trips, we looked at photographs, we looked at the cost of a tie. These things may seem quite small to many people, but for some people 20 pence is a lot at the end of the week. A pound is a great deal. It was because of experiences like these that I went to see some people at Glasgow City Council in August 2019 and asked if they could provide us with somebody that could help give parents and families advice on the benefits and entitlements that they could get. With help from the council, I met Sharon Graham, who works for a financial inclusion charity based in Easterhouse called GMAP. She became our financial inclusion support officer. She attended our parents' evenings. We published a booklet which was mailed to all the parents and carers of our children. And so far, £400,000 has been gained for our families. This is a staggering amount of money, especially during a pandemic. Last week I went around the catchment area of our school, Govan, Pollokshields, Moss Park, delivering desks. We had seen over pandemic time that many of the children had nowhere to study. They didn't have anything to lean on. It's those kinds of things that make you realise that it's not all the same for every child in Scotland. And I think that PACT and the work it's done over the last few years has pointed a way in which schools can take on this work, develop it, and make all Scottish children take advantage of the opportunities that they have. I've been very proud that the EIS Union has supported an initiative like PACT. I think it's opened my eyes, and I think it's opened the eyes of many teachers across the country of the struggles that many families and children face on a day-to-day basis. I think the work that PACT has done has come at a very critical moment for Scotland. Post-pandemic Scotland, especially to do with education, has to look at families, has to look at communities. It can't just be to do with education, it should be to do with the conditions that families and children live in. The work that we've done here at Bellahouston, I think, shows the way in which schools could take on anti-poverty work and change people's lives for the better.